Hello, and welcome to the Self-Care with Herbs segment of the Elder Tree podcast. I'm your host, Jess Bosker, naturopath, herbalist, and medicine maker. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the Banjalang people, the traditional custodians of the land on which I live, and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Now, come along and join me each month for beautiful conversations with guests from across the country, exploring ways we can weave plant medicine into our days to enrich our experience of self-care, sharing routines, rituals and recipes for elevating mind, body and spirit. Kerri Alexander is a naturopath, herbalist and menstrual health women's wisdom educator living and working on Darug and Guringai Country. She holds an Advanced Diploma of Naturopathy from Nature Care College and completed postgraduate studies in Western Herbal Medicine at the University of New England in Armidale with commendation. Kerri is passionate about helping women heal and reconnect to their bodies and the rhythms of the natural world. She supports women by using a beautiful and unique combination of naturopathic medicine, Western herbal medicine, holistic nutrition, flower essences, iridology, counselling, and menstrual cycle awareness so that they can live their fullest, most vibrant lives. She can often be found bushwalking, foraging, making medicines, or sitting in a cosy spot with a book and a cat or two. During this chat, we talk about how menstrual cycle awareness can be such a beautiful tool for encouraging us to pause and reflect, helping us to assess what our needs are during different phases and stages of our lives. Kerri shares a powerful way of looking at the menstrual mandala to reflect on opposite sides of our cycles, helping us to see, for example, that overgiving during or around ovulation can result in flaring of symptoms like pain, insomnia, or PMS during our menstrual phase. Kerri's passionate about supporting women through perimenopause, and she shares so much wisdom about caring for ourselves during this transition. Hello and welcome to the Self-Care with Herbs segment of the Elder Tree podcast, Kerri. I'm so happy to have you with me here today.
Thank you for having me, Jess.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to having this conversation. One of the first questions I really love asking guests is because it takes you back a little bit and gets you thinking about where your journey began. And I'd really love to know, Kerri, how did your relationship with plant medicine begin?
I think I've been making medicine since I was a little girl because I was always in the garden, always picking flowers, leaves, anything like that, and making my own little concoctions.
Beautiful.
So my poor dolls got all the things. I had one of those cool little toy mix masters with a little, I was on it. I was like mummy herbalist from day one.
How gorgeous.
So if my mother ever needed to find me, she'd know I'd be down in the garden with my doll and my little toy mix master, and I'd just be making things.
How gorgeous. What was your garden like as a kid?
Well, I didn't actually grow up here in Australia. I was born in South Africa, so we had a really big garden, and I remember it very much like it was one of those sort of pixie forest kind of gardens with lots of big trees, lots of little hidey holes, and there was lots of space for me to run around in. You know, there was a fish pond, there was all sorts of things.
Beautiful.
So it was,
special space.
It was a very happy spot. It was a very happy place.
Were you drawn to particular plants as a kid?
No, I don't think so. I just think it was things that were in my garden. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I used to love to eat different kinds of weeds. just taste them because...
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure there was a border of plants, and I think it was oxalis, and I used to pick it because I used to love to eat the sourness of the stem. Yeah. Used to climb the loquat tree. Yeah. Things like that.
And would there have been some quite different things from what we'd have in our gardens here, or were there quite familiar plants that you're still familiar with now?
There's probably a lot of familiar plants because of the British, colonial connection, really.
Yes.
Yes. And then even, lots of the aloes that you see here, we had them there. All sorts of things like that. Lots of the classic English garden things. Yeah.
So a beautiful childhood spent in that magical garden and just feeling drawn to play with the plants and even to feed them to the dollies and make concoctions. That's pretty magical early on. How did the journey unfold from there?
I think I've always been fascinated with the human body. And with biology. Biology was my favourite subject at school. So I've always been fascinated with the natural world and understanding the natural world, understanding how the human body works, and probably the intersection of those two things. You can look at it now as an adult and understand it, but I was like, David Attenborough was what I watched when I was a child, and I had the great fortune of living where I did, where we went on holidays. My grandmother had a farm in the bush. I spent my holidays barefoot running through the bush. And then we went on a lot of safaris, so I was obsessed with all of the animals, all of those beautiful African animals. Yes. I had to know all the names. I was obsessed with the birds. So I was really, it was just so part of who I was. But I never knew I could actually be a naturopath. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that being interested in health was something that you were interested in and that you could go and work in the health food store if that was your jam. Yes. Yeah.
And so when were those kind of doors open to thinking, oh, actually, this could be my life?
Yeah. Well, where I was 3/4 of the way through my degree at uni at University of Canberra, and my mum said to me, there's an open day at Nature Care College. I think we should go. And I'm like, yeah, all right, sounds like a good idea. And at this point, I was like the girl that everybody came to at uni and said, what's good for this? What's good for that? What's good for this? Yeah. So I went to an open day with my mum, and we walked out, and I was like, Mum, I didn't know I could actually do this as a job. I didn't know that I could.
Yes.
So I finished my degree in Canberra and turned around and started studying naturopathy at Nature Care College.
Wow. And what was your study in the degree, a science-based degree?
No, I was doing communications. I was doing media. Yep. Because I wanted to go into film and television.
Interesting. The David Attenborough effect.
Yes. But when you find out that, if you're going to go into film and television, especially like independent film and TV or independent film and documentary making, it's a hard slog.
Yes.
That's a lot of hard work. That's living on grants. That's,
Yes, very much
and
so.
And I wasn't
Yeah.
going to go and work for mainstream media. No.
Yeah. So your classmates recognised in you that you were the one to come to for fixing things in terms of health. Was that something that you researched and looked into yourself, or was that part of your upbringing in terms of, caring for myself using these alternative methods perhaps?
I think that I just went and learnt about it.
Yeah.
I would go and read whatever I could, and it's always that thing, oh, I've got this thing. Yeah, I can't sleep. What do I need to go and do? What will help me with that? So that, because I don't think I ever really wanted to go and engage with the medical system that much. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to go down the natural path.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Just that was intuitively what I wanted to do.
And it sounds too like, you wanted to be able to do what you could for yourself before placing that power in someone else's hands.
Yeah, I think I'm just a bit too stubborn or independent.
Yes. And so the open day at Nature Care College led you to a degree?
Yeah, back when I went through in the late 90s, because I qualified in 2000.
Yes.
It wasn't a degree yet, so it was an advanced diploma.
Beautiful. And from there, did you dive straight in, or did you take some time to land?
No, I was
straight
ready.
in.
I was like, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go right now.
Yes. Beautiful. Wow, Kerri, there was a real fork in the road there, huh? From that studying at uni to Mama going, hey, actually.
Yeah. And maybe I would have found my way there anyway, but it would have taken longer.
A bit longer.
Yeah.
How magic. Now, the theme of this podcast is about self-care, and I'd really like to get from you just broadly, like an overarching theme, not down into the nitty-gritty yet, we'll go into that a bit further on, but what does self-care mean to you?
Honestly, self-care for me, is about just taking the time. Because sometimes self-care is just literally about taking the breath.
Yes.
Taking the time away and knowing that is what we need to do.
Yes.
Just quietness. Just retreat from the world.
Yes.
Introspection. Yeah.
I love that. We chatted about this before we hit record, and how often, and we're just in that busy mode, and we don't even take a breath to pause and think, what do I need?
Yeah. Just check in with yourself. What do I need?
Yes. Yeah. Is this a theme that comes up with your clients a lot, Kerri?
Yes. All the time. Because I think we live in a world of doing.
Yes.
We're doing. We're not being. And I think that I certainly notice with a lot of my clients that it's about teaching them just stop. Just check in with yourself.
Yes.
Which is why menstrual cycle awareness is so wonderful, because it's just that stop. Where are you? How are you feeling? How's your body? What do you need today? Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think too, recognising that it's okay to feel different ways at particular phases of the cycle, and normalising that is really empowering.
Oh, it's life-changing for women.
Yeah.
They come in after even just doing a month's worth of tracking.
Yes.
And the validation that they have in the fact that I can feel different today from what I did last week. And that is so okay. It's okay. You should feel different.
Yes.
You're a cyclic being.
Absolutely.
You follow the lunar cycle, not the solar cycle.
Yes, yeah. And I think that invitation to observe themselves within the different phases of the cycle kind of opens the door, as you said, to that pausing and that stillness and that listening that leads to so much other benefits as well.
Yes, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it's as simple as, what does my body want to wear today?
Yes.
What do I want to eat today? Do I need to put on different music while I get dressed today? You know, just the little things, but when we layer them in, they produce so much nurturance and comfort for the spirit, not just the spirit.
No, and I think too, it allows people to feel like, oh, I've started to care for myself.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be these huge, grand gestures.
No.
I actually think the beauty in life is more about the simplicity. It's the little things. Yeah.
I had a really great conversation with Lou Hardwick last month, and we spoke about exactly what you're saying. It doesn't need to be the shiny 10-step plan. Sometimes it's in the hard decisions that need to be made for us to be able to have those moments of stillness where we can then start the journey of caring for ourselves.
Yeah. Yes.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
What do you start to hear from yourself, Kerri, either your body or your mind? What whispers do you hear when self-care is most needed for you?
Oh, my body hurts. My body hurts me. She gets cranky. My mind gets really messy.
Yes.
And my body, I physically ache. You know, and then I'll have other symptoms, like my tummy will be unhappy. I'll get a lot of digestive symptoms. Yeah. I get lots of messages.
Yeah. What sorts of little triggers do you invite women that you work with to start to see when they're maybe they pop up in different phases of the menstrual cycle when they're not caring for themselves well?
Oh, that's a good question. I often will take them through the menstrual mandala.
Yes.
And we'll look at where symptoms are arising. And then we'll look at what's happening on the opposite side of the menstrual mandala. Because what's happening on the opposite side is informing what's happening for them when the symptoms arise.
So do you want to give us an example of that for people who aren't really familiar with the phases and how it works?
Let's think about that. I think that when we burn too bright in the summertime, in that summer phase of the menstrual cycle across ovulation time, when it's very easy to overgive and be overgenerous.
Because we're feeling amazing.
Because we're feeling amazing. Because ovulation, right?
Yes.
I think that if we overgive and if we overburn, we can find that our menstrual cycle symptoms, the pain, you know, the pain, the insomnia, any of those sorts of symptoms, they really flare at that stage. And if we pull back at that ovulation phase, just by a little bit, just give it to yourself a little bit, just a little bit, then you'll find that when you hit that menstrual phase, then your PMS won't be as strong. Your pain might not be as heavy. The body is more soothed. It's happier. It's like, oh, you gave me some time.
Filled the cup a little bit despite the overwhelming urge to give in that phase.
Yes. Somebody said to me a very long time ago sun is amazing. Yes. It's a wonderful thing. It's warm, it's nurturing, it grows things, but too much sun and you end up in a desert. And
yes.
That's really, I love that analogy because I find it to be really helpful.
Yes.
And especially when we're working with women, when they, we live in a society where we're validated for giving and overgiving often and not giving back to ourselves.
I love that advice, Kerri, of looking at the opposite side. That's such a really lovely way of looking at it and helping women to go into the next cycle, hopefully being aware of the need to pull back a little bit in that phase if they've found that expression in their menstrual phase. That's fantastic. Yeah, really helpful.
I think it's empowering. I think it's really empowering for women because they know, especially when people suffer with really bad menstrual symptoms, PMS,
yes,
and they think, oh my God, why am I here again? Why this again?
Every month.
Yes.
How would you translate that form of advice to someone who's going through perimenopause?
I think at perimenopause we need to pull back even more and we actually need to up our self-care because we're going through such massive transition.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I think it's so challenging. It's so challenging because we're often at a nexus point with children, career, or maybe parents who are unwell, things like that. And we're really at that push point. But yes.
How do you help women find ways and spaces to do that in your practice?
I have to get bossy.
Yeah. Yeah, they need the accountability, right?
Sometimes you have to be gently bossy and go, this is about you. This is, you've spent the last 10, 15, 20 years giving. Now it's time for you. Your body is actually calling you to give to yourself. Alexandra Pope talks about it's the 1%.
Yeah.
So if your 1% is 5 minutes of reading your book, sitting in the sunshine before you get on with doing things, that's your time. And what will happen is that will grow over time because it will become 10 minutes and then it'll become 15 minutes. And actually, for some of us, that's enough.
Yes.
15 minutes is fabulous.
Absolutely, when it's nothing compared to 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think too, once women start to get that joy coming from those practices, it's motivating to keep going and find those pockets.
Yeah. Well, when you feel great, when you're thinking, okay, so I did 5 minutes of yoga stretching this morning, and I've done it every morning for the last 5 days, 10 days. They feel great, so they don't set it aside. And actually, I think once they start doing that, they realise that you don't have to get out of bed and be of service the minute your feet hit the ground.
Yes.
Because your kids will be fine for that 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They will be.
Yes.
The dog will be fine.
Yes.
The kids will be fine. They'll get up. They might even make their own brekkie.
Yes. I've done some work with Jane Hardwick Collins, and I remember something she mentioned about in perimenopause, it's really nice to look back to the things that brought you joy before your menarche.
Yes.
and start to introduce some of those. Have you worked with women and introduced that concept?
You know, I think they naturally do it. I think the rising of that wise woman,
yes,
there's a reflective aspect because it's the autumn of,
yes,
you know, it's that autumnal season,
yes,
and it's about reflection, distillation. What are we going to let go of to compost? What are we going to take forward?
Yes.
So I think that perimenopause, it pushes women to go, what was that stuff that I used to do?
Yeah.
What used to light me up? You know, and it's so cool. They go back to ballet, they go back to horse riding, they go back to painting, all of this stuff, and you see the maiden coming
coming through
in there. And you
so
see the
beautiful.
joy.
So lovely.
Awesome.
So lovely. Before we hit record, we talked a little bit about distraction and busyness being one of the barriers to investing in self-care regularly. What are some other ones for you and for clients that you work with?
Distractions for
what are some barriers? Yeah, some barriers to investing in self-care.
I think the doingness of life. I think poor boundaries.
Yes.
I think mother guilt. Yes. I think there's a lot of that. I think that we live in a world where we're told that we are good and valuable women if we're in service to others.
Yes.
And if we're not, then all the other words come, like selfish, and all of those words that say that we're not okay. So I do think that it's difficult to maintain those healthy boundaries, but I still think they are some of the best things that you can do for yourself.
Yes. And I imagine that's advice that you give clients. What other ways do you help them to kind of see what those boundaries are? And then, because I think often women find it really, it's okay to identify the barriers, but often they find it quite difficult to then overcome them.
Yes.
What sort of advice do you give in helping women kind of overcome those, I haven't got enough time, and the kids need me, and it has to be a shiny big thing?
I use the 1% rule with them.
Yeah.
I will often say that. And I think I just encourage them to understand that what their body is calling for is more self-care, because so much of those symptoms that arise are about you just need to care for yourself a little bit. You know, if this was your child, you would do it for them.
That's right.
So why
I think
can
that's
you
a
not do
powerful
it
one
for yourself? You know, you could reframe it as in caring for your inner child.
Yeah, that's lovely.
But oftentimes it's that anger that's arising.
Yeah.
And it's usually in that anger where if we dig into it, they find that they're not being heard, whether it's by others or themselves, but they're not being heard. And that's often where we need to go.
I love that, Kerri. So it's so powerful.
I think the anger teaches them to say no.
Yes. Yeah.
Perimenopause teaches us to say no, right?
Yeah, you can let go of some of that softness now. It's time. Yeah.
Not so much estrogen. I don't have to please everybody all the time.
That's powerful though, right?
It is. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. It changes. We step into our authority because because we're not in the summer phase of our mothering anymore. We can shift and move out of that and start stepping into our authority.
How do you help women? Because a lot of women that you see and that come to see you would come to you feeling really frightened and concerned about perimenopause, because that's what they see, and it's portrayed as something to be afraid of, and that you're going to lose a part of yourself. How do you help women work through that?
Oh, see, I'm really lucky. I've got so many amazing elder women around me.
Yes.
So I've had the opportunity to watch them move through it.
Yes.
And I'm always fascinated at watching women move into their power and how wonderful that is and how wonderful that can be. So I like to encourage that in my women. What is it that you want to do? What is it that's calling you now? Yeah. And I don't know, maybe I'm just an old hippie, or maybe I'm just a bit of an old, just a bit of a wild woman, and I'm like, come, let's go into this cauldron, let's go into this stuff that is churning and hard and messy, because I know that from a psycho-spiritual perspective, when we process through that, what you come out with is your wisdom. So if I can encourage women into their wisdom, I will do it. I will do it.
Let go of the fear and hold on to the anger.
But look at what's underneath that.
Yes.
What's underneath that anger? What are you angry about? What have you not been listened to? Where have you bought into the patriarchy?
Yes. Yeah.
What is arising?
That's powerful, Kerri. Really powerful. Now, I know you would have a lot of plant friends, and I'm wondering how you invite herbs into your days as part of your self-care.
Aren't they always there?
Yes, they are.
When I was thinking about this question, I'm like, but aren't they always there? They're there when we make a cup of tea.
Yes.
They're there when you go into the garden to go and feed the chooks, and you walk past everybody who's growing and you go, oh, good morning. Oh, look. Oh, you've got flowers.
Yes.
Oh, don't the bees love you? So I think they're part of just about everything, because we cook with them, we take them as medicines, or flower essences. And
who's in your garden at the moment? What herbs have you got growing?
I have got mugwort and elder.
Oh,
there
well
is
established.
Rose geranium. Yeah. Yes. My mugwort she's huge. She's peering over everybody else's fences, making sure they're all doing what they need to be doing. The elder's growing next door to her. There's rose geranium. There is blue flag. There's motherwort.
Beautiful.
There's tulsi.
Oh.
There's lemon balm.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it just keeps going.
Yes, beautiful.
There's more than that. There's goldenrod. There's There's lots.
And who's
There's lots.
calling to be harvested at the moment?
Well, they're all kind of going to sleep at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Although the Tulsi, she just keeps on keeping on.
Giving and giving.
Yeah. She's
Amazing.
still got flowers on her. So, and she probably just will keep on going if she's in a sunny spot, I would say.
Beautiful. Now, I know that we've spoken about self-care being a big part of the conversations that you have with clients. When they're able to see that it's a necessity, I read a quote that you'd written, self-care is not selfish, it's essential. I saw that you'd used that quote in something that you'd written. And when your clients start to see that self-care is necessity and it starts to become more regular for them, what sorts of benefits do you start to see in them?
They're just happier. They're just, they start to, something about their energy changes.
Yes.
It really, you can see it in their faces. They seem more grounded within themselves. They're more considered in the decisions that they make. They just have more space around themselves, so that they don't have to be. They become less reactive, really.
Yes. Yeah.
In every way.
Yes.
Emotionally, physically.
Yeah. I often notice a real softening in them, in clients that have started to care for themselves, in that sense that they've recognised that they're worthy of the care that they're giving themselves, and there's that softness that sort of creeps in. It's beautiful.
There's an authority that comes as well. There's definitely an authority that comes. They understand how important they are.
Yes.
And then when they've been doing it for a long time as well, or a considerable amount of time, they create really strong boundaries.
Yes.
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 It becomes a non-negotiable. And that's awesome.
I was talking with a client recently about a beautiful routine that she has for her morning, and she was talking about it's so sacred now. It's that space is just so sacred for her, and so she does all that she can to protect that time and that space and the things that she does with it.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds so good.
It's really lovely. I was wondering, Kerri, if you have a special recipe or ritual using plant medicine for self-care that you'd like to share.
Ooh. I think probably my favourite is having a bath.
Yes.
Having a bath and invariably putting some kind of herbal medicine into that bath.
Beautiful.
You know, just depending on what it is that you need. Sometimes it looks like a bit like a bath that's just a garden tea.
How gorgeous. And picking the plants becomes part of the ritual, right?
Exactly. You know, or if you have been cutting things back and there's extra, it can go in. Or, you know, if there's a day where you just need to have a good soak and you've got to put some rosemary into the bath, or some rose petals, or whatever it might be.
Do you ever pop flower essences into a bath?
I do, yeah. If
Another
I need
layer.
to, yes.
Yeah.
And I do that with my patients too, especially if they've got little children. The flower essences into their bath.
That's gorgeous. So lovely. That's just a beautiful ritual.
It's a good way to get them in.
Oh, yes. And the added benefit of the hot water and the soak, and Beautiful. And it's accessible. Even if you don't have a bath, a foot bath is just as beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. My last question is like choosing a favourite child. I'm very sorry.
I know, it's terrible.
But I'm going to ask you anyway. What plant, Kerri, do you have the deepest connection with, and why is that?
See, that's not fair to ask that
I know.
question.
I know. It's not.
I think I have to answer it in two ways.
Sure.
Because for me, on my path, on my journey, it was definitely slippery elm powder. Because I was so unwell.
Right.
Slippery elm powder was what restored my gut and helped me actually move out of that place of pain, inflammation, reactivity, all of that. I think I must have taken slippery elm powder for at least 2 years every day. So I love it.
Yes, very big part of your life.
Absolutely. Although it's highly controversial now because we shouldn't be using slippery elm powder.
And there are alternatives like marshmallow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And PHGG.
Yes.
So, yeah. So there's... It swings and roundabouts. And, slippery elm powder for burns.
Yeah.
How amazing is that?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, slippery elm powder is probably where I am, although, yes, controversial. Yes.
It's been a very important herb for you.
Yeah. But probably withania or some of the other adaptogens.
Yes.
I use withania a lot.
What do you love about withania?
The fact that she's so nurturing. She's so nurturing. That she can just kind of gather you up.
Yeah.
And she feels like she hugs you and nurtures you and feeds you.
Yes. So nourishing. Beautiful tonic.
Yeah. Almost without you knowing. You know, when you put it into formulas, when people come in, they go, I feel so much better, but I don't know what it is.
Yes.
I know what it is.
So lovely. And what are some of your other favourite adaptogens?
I actually love Siberian ginseng.
Why would you choose in what situation would you choose Siberian ginseng over withania?
Oh, I think in the really depleted patient with anemia, just anemia, just you're so depleted, so tired, can't sleep, that patient, utter exhaustion.
Yes.
But I'm finding Siberian ginseng is amazing for my perimenopause patients.
Okay, yeah. Tell us more.
Just holds them hormonally better.
Okay. Interesting.
Hormonally, it improves their resilience, and it also has that thyroid aspect that we can employ. It just holds them up a bit more. Yeah. But utter exhaustion definitely needs to be withania. Tiredness, frazzled, is probably more Siberian ginseng.
Okay, interesting.
It's subtle. It's very subtle.
Yeah. And do you sometimes use the two together?
No.
Okay.
I'll choose one or the other, and then I'll put, probably licorice in as well. And soothe those adrenals.
And do you mostly use your adaptogens in your herbal tonics, or do you sometimes use them in powdered form?
I tend to use them in my formulas. Although things like astragalus or some of the mushrooms, I'll put those into food if I can. Yeah.
Love putting those in soups.
Oh yeah, so good, eh? Yeah. Especially now as we're going into winter.
I know. So lovely. So lovely. Aren't we lucky to have so many friends at our fingertips?
I know. See, I don't even think we realise how much we use herbs in our everyday.
Yes.
You know, even if you are just going to make a cough mixture.
Yeah.
You know, my new thing after spending time with you ladies at the conference is making oxymels.
I
oh my
know.
God, I'm
Aren't
having
they
so
fun?
much fun.
So much fun and so accessible. Who hasn't got honey or vinegar in their medicine, in their pantry?
Exactly.
And thyme growing in the garden.
Yep, and an onion. Onions and garlic.
Beautiful.
Cough mixture, done.
Easy.
Yeah.
So great.
So,
Yeah, we're very lucky. Thank you so much for this beautiful conversation, Kerri. I think it's given people a lot to think about and I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome. Thank you, Jess.
I'm so glad you tuned into this episode of Self-Care with Herbs, a segment of the Elder Tree podcast. The Elder Tree is a non-profit dedicated to putting the medicine in the hands of the people through grassroots herbal education and earth skills, weaving a strong community of herbalists, healers and plant folk in Australia. If you'd like to dive a little deeper, you can head over to our Patreon, the Elder Tree Trove, to access special content from our podcast guests. I hope you found something in this episode that has inspired you to begin to lean into those plant allies and to experience your practice of self-care blossoming and blooming. I look forward to sharing more ways you can weave plant medicine into your days next month.